So we're off on the Bald Rock Creek circuit, and I think it takes us down to another section, all up I think it's about 5.7 kilometers. So that's the only one we're going to do today because we're all a little bit unhealthy. So, and this is probably one of the ones I haven't done here at Girraween before. I've done a lot of the bigger, longer ones, and also did one to the underground creek, which I almost killed myself on. Fell down a crevice and up to my chest, almost fell into the underground creek. So that was my last little visit here. So we want to go Bald Rock Circuit. So I believe,
I don't like driving at night time when it's wet. I find my eyes.
we can go both ways. We'll go this way, hey?
I find my eyes.
So the Bald Rock Creek, I think, actually, yeah, it goes two directions and then comes down into one track again a bit later on. So we'll go the right version today. And this is really pretty here. So this is really, really, really pretty. Beautiful. There's lots of little deep holes around here as well that aren't all stagnant like this, that you can actually go swimming in. It's a really pretty place. Bald Rock Creek. Beautiful colouring on the trunk of this gum tree. That's stunning. Reddy orange, beautiful. And some grey bark. And the cicadas around here are going off, as you can hear. Doing this walk in spring is really the best time. Girraween is actually a First Nations people name for place of flowers. And in spring this place is just alive with flowers. Here's a beautiful little pink lavender little star flower. It's really pretty. But yeah, in springtime, I'm actually walking here now in December, so it's start of summer. But in spring, this place is just covered in flowers. It's if you're into flowers, wildflowers, I highly recommend you come to Girraween in spring. There's like native orchids everywhere. There's a lot of blue flannel flowers. There's lots of really unusual and quite rare plants that grow here. So really worth checking out. If you're a flower person, a wildflower person, this is the place to be in spring. Beautiful little creek, or beautiful section of the creek we've been following. This water too, by the way, is this really pure and really cool and cold and crisp. So, and by the looks of it right here, there's a really nice swimming hole. So that'll be fun. But I've got a walk to do, so I better get back to it. Okay, we're back on track. It's a beautiful flower.
Oh yeah, there's some over here.
Flannel flower.
Yeah, there's some.
There's a real beauty to having these conifer trees and the rocks together. It's just such a pretty sight. And just looking up ahead of me here, mountainside, it's just all granite. Wow, this is pretty amazing. Such a magical place, Girraween. Anyone want a rock? We're talking seriously big rocks laying around here, people. It might be really hard to actually get a gist of how big these rocks are. My wife is about to walk by and you can see how big it is. See, it's a lot taller than her. And you wouldn't know it, my wife's 7 foot tall.
Oh.
Actually, she's 5 foot. 5'2", sorry, I forgot the 2 inches. All the way along down to the left here amongst all the rocks, you still have a Bald Rock Creek, and there's some areas that make really beautiful swimming holes. So I'm getting hot. I think by the time we come back this way, might have to jump in, have a swim, I think. The water's icy cold, very clear and fresh and pure. Once again, this amazing bark on these gum trees starting to peel. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I think I'll come back here in spring when everything is in flower. There's thousands of different varieties of flowers at Girraween, the place of flowers. I think I'll come back and do a wildflower video. Well, it's all sort of, I can imagine if they had a torrential rainstorm here, the whole place, this whole, actually where I'm even walking would be just flowing with water. Wow. Really, really pretty. There's all these rock slides here. You could probably, if I was young again, I'd probably jump in there and slide down. Okay, so we've made it down to the junction. The junction is where two creeks merge, and all the way down here there's these really amazing little water slides and little rock pools that are deep. I think I'm going to take my shoes and shirt off in a minute and jump in. So it's really pretty. So this creek up behind me here, that's the Bald Rock Creek, and I'm not sure what they call the other creek. I saw a sign back there that said what it was, but here's the other creek over here, and that creek comes through there, and they both join in and make one creek down into here. Okay, we've had our nice little swim. We've walked back from the Junction side trip and we're back on the Bald Rock Creek circuit, on the circle of the circuit. So this area here is just really, really pretty. Beautiful little water holes, cascading little creek parts, and beautiful rock formations. This whole area is just something stunning. We're almost at the end of our journey. I can see the car park up ahead of us, not that far away. So once again, this has been a really beautiful walk. It's only about, I think the whole Bald Creek circuit with the side trip to the Junction is 5.7 kilometers. So, and it's all easy going, there's no big hills. It's well signposted. So it's just a real joy. If you've got an hour and a half or so to do it, it's well worth doing. So I'm here at Christmas, as I said. In spring there's millions of flowers here, but there's still quite a few wildflowers out. This beautiful little pink one is really pretty. There's a whole field of them here. They look pretty. Over to my right, you got lots of these pink flowers and this really beautiful green boggy sort of grass. Don't know what it is. If you know, drop me a message below and enlighten us all. I don't know if you can see in front there, that is Pyramid Rock. It's a lot bigger than it looks from this distance, and you can climb right to the top of it. There's a track that goes up the side of the mountain. It's tough going, it's very high, very steep, but the view on top is amazing. And right now at the junction to go back to the car park. And the car park's just up here. Okay people, well that's the walk. We just did the Bald Rock Creek circuit or loop, and we went and did the extension to the junction. It's well worth adding that extra, K or two onto the walk to go to the junction. It is really pretty. As I said earlier, it's about a 5.7k walk all up, including the side trip to the junction. And it's a really easy walk. There's no major hills at all. It's pretty flat, really pretty, lots of rocks, beautiful plants, the odd little piece of wildlife. And yeah, highly recommend you do that. And like I said earlier in this video, if you're into wildflowers, well, go and do that walk in spring. The place is just teeming with wildflowers, orchids and lots of weird and wonderful plants. Beautiful. Anyway, on that note people, I hope you've enjoyed this little walk here today at Girraween National Park, and we'll look forward to bringing you more presentations in the future. And if you enjoy my little videos, please subscribe to my channel and tell your wildlife and nature friends they might like to view these videos as well. That would be all really good if you could subscribe and tell your friends. So on that note people, until the next video, you take care of yourself, be kind to others, and keep smiling, will ya? See you then, bye.